Number 6, Zach Williams, 2021 preview. It's a good name to be calling out, mate. It's a good name to be calling out. He's come from GWS. He's got the fat contract. I see him with his Balenciaga on, and he's at Morris Jones taking the Instagram photos in front of the wall.
It is so good.
Lapping it up. He's got the Shivers Regal sponsorship. This is why you come to Carlton, mate.
That's it.
You come to Carlton for marketing opportunities.
There's a bit of the old school. There's a bit of the old school in this.
I'm all about him. Yeah. I think he brings something on field, off field that we just haven't had. Before I go on my tangent on him, tell me, what are you feeling with Zachy Williams?
I'm just so excited.
Wearing the 6. It's a big number.
So there was, we might start there because there was a bit of conjecture around that during the week. Now, I understand. We all love Simo. We've retired numbers for a year in the past. Juddy, Fev, there were players that we let that number there until someone came along that we thought deserved it. If you don't think this guy deserves it on the back of the work that he's done, if you don't think he deserves it for the player that he is, first and foremost, I think you're kidding yourself. I'm not saying he's half the player that Simo has ever been for this club because Simo was a warrior, but more to the point, if you retire that 6, okay, and this is no disrespect to Simo, I love Simo with all my heart. It gives me goosebumps to think about what he's done for this club and how much he's stuck by us. If you retire that 6, which was worn by a player that has lost the most games in VFL, AFL history, it says a lot about the culture of your club.
Yeah. I always thought retiree numbers was for premiership players.
Yes.
As harsh as it might sound.
Well, that's the thing, right? It should be. And it should be. I think Simo should get life membership because if I went through what Simo went through, I don't think I could have played 326 games again for this club. Like that, it would have always killed me. But no, if you think Zach Williams is going to do that jumper proud, I think you're kidding yourself. This guy he's a weapon. He is an absolute weapon. He's what we've needed. Don't think this is going to be another Mitch McGovern. He's not going to justify his contract. This guy's going to justify his contract off the bat. My only concern is his injury history. He has had some soft tissue.
Yep.
But we've got Andrew Russell. He's shown that
who we pay the big bucks.
Apparently the number one high performance guy in the league in the world. So is what I'm being told.
Correct.
So
and the pressure's coming on that too.
It will be.
That'll be another time.
But I think if he's fit and he plays, he will more than justify wearing that number 6. So I'm just looking for him to have impact straight away. This isn't a player that you want to come in and see have 15 touches for the first half of the he's finding his groove. Nah, he's going to come in. He's going to make a difference. Please, I've said it so many times. Please go and watch his prelim against Collingwood. If he gets to anywhere near that on a consistent basis, I'm getting goosebumps. I am. I'm getting goosebumps. If he gets to anywhere near that performance on a consistent basis for us, sky's the limit for our midfield. Sky's the limit.
Let's unpack a little bit of what he brings. What I see from him, and again, obviously haven't watched him anywhere near as closely as our players, but watching the highlights, packages, and all of that, he plays with a ferocity. He plays with a spark, a funk, and he cuts angles. And we can sometimes fall into the trap of doing the same thing over and over again, and we don't have that point of difference. He's a guy that has ultimate confidence in himself, I think, just by the way he carries himself on the field and off the field. He creates energy with what he does. Like he looks to very similar to Saad. He's handballing and running to get it back. I'm looking at, I know it's preseason. I know they're just photos. I know they're just videos, but he's the definition in his body, the skin folds look good. And I think he probably needed to elevate that to play midfield for the entire year. I'll be honest, when he first came to the club and I was listening to interviews from Teague and even Cameron Bruce, the forwards coach, who I'll touch on what he said about him. But there was this notion of if it doesn't work out, we can always put him on the half back line, which is true. Is true. But is that, I was a little bit skeptical of that mentality. We're already thinking about if it doesn't work out. So obviously he'll start as a midfielder. I think you're right in saying, me personally, I expect 25-ish touches a game. Like he's a premier midfielder in terms of what he means to our group. We're always going to be looking to get him the ball, good disposal of the football, gets other guys involved. And I mean, for me, it's just if we can get a full season out of him, can he be an All-Australian? Is that the kind of like All-Australian squad, that type of player? That's what I'm really looking for him. I'm not going to put the pressure and say he's got to be a Brownlow medal contender, but in that conversation, one of the premier midfielders in the league.
I think he can be in the conversation. I mean, he's now elevated himself into a top 3 midfielder at a club, whereas at the Giants, he was probably, they've got such a deep midfield. He's probably fifth or sixth in the pecking order at times. So being a top 3 in our midfield straight up, like you're going to see more of him. I want to see him round 1 lining up against Dusty at that first bounce.
Okay.
And I want to see him push off Dusty.
Oh,
I just
wow.
want to see, like what you were talking about, that funk, that dare, that he breaks lines and he breaks stoppages and his breakaway speed is phenomenal. I want to see that at the first bounce. I want to see him take the game, and I want him to get us to get excited about him. I don't want him to stand back and be a passenger and watch Cripper do it from the start and just be that support cast. I want Cripper to be Williams' support cast. I want Williams to be our premier midfielder. Like, we've relied on Paddy Cripps for so long. We've now got a guy that can potentially surpass what Cripps has done and where Cripps is at. They're my expectations for him. And I know you said not to put massive expectations on him, but unfortunately with the contract that you've got and the caliber of player that you are, you're going to have big expectations on him.
Mate, you're preaching to the choir, because the resources to go and get players like this, they're finite. They're not. We don't have infinite salary cap space. So when you put X amount of investment, which is a lot of what was available, into one player, you're going to want to return. So without wanting to make this a Mitch McGovern conversation, I think there has to be expectation, and I think he'll welcome that. He knows.
Yeah. Oh,
I think he knows. I think he's well aware.
I think he's got that character.
I think he wants it. Yeah, I feel like he wants
and
that.
And you see it, like with the Instagram posts and stuff that you're talking about. Like he's full of himself, and I love it. I actually love it.
Dare I say it? We need some spunk in this team.
We do. No, we do. We haven't had characters like that for a long time.
It's true. Let's see what you guys have to say. Paddy Lalamo. He's looking at top 3 in the BNF, 10 to 15 goals, top 3 at the club for tackles, basically a full-time mid while Patches in the back or forward. And then in capitals, he says, hits the inside, kicks, baby, skyrockets us into top 6.
Well,
love it.
And that's it.
Love it. He goes, I need to clean myself up now. This is an interesting one. I mentioned it just earlier. Cameron Bruce talked about potentially a situation where Williams and Jack Martin do a bit of a rotation. And when Williams rests forward, Martin goes into the midfield. That is dangerous.
Oh, it is.
That's got point of difference written all over it, because they're both short. I'm not sure if Zach Williams is a short burst player. I think Jack Martin is. If we can have Zach Williams doing his thing, having a rest up forward and kicking goals, and Jack Martin doing his thing in the mid, that's something I haven't thought about yet. But when I do think about it, it gets me excited.
Yeah, not that Jack Martin's flown under the radar, because I think we know what we all did in the first year. But
correct.
The fact that he is slightly forgotten in these conversations, and you have to actually bring his name up to go, oh, it's shit. Like we've got him at our disposal as well. Like it says a lot about our depth now. Like it's so good to see.
Yeah,
it's so good to see.
A few more comments here about Zach Williams. Pom says, all you need to know is he brings vision, finds space in a crowded elevator. He picks gaps in the traffic like they're traffic cones. He loves the X factor. He's tough, unforgiving, and he doesn't get asked for ID.
And
I like that.
That's good.
I like that.
And he's Pom's namesake as well.
He is Pom's namesake.
So we love that.
Skill Me Up says, maybe that's the backup plan with SPS. If Williams doesn't work out, then SPS goes into the midfield and Williams goes back. Again, further to the point of
love that. And I was genuinely going to make that point as well. I think by the same token that you see Martin rolling through and switching with him, Samo's there on the halfback flank. We know what Williams can do off the halfback flank as well. Like he is penetrating, absolutely penetrating.
Yep. A Zach Williams running down the wing chant has been given in the comments. That could start. That works. The syllables work.
It does.
Yeah. The thing with us, we're ready to latch onto players.
Absolutely.
We're so passionate.
Yeah.
Jack Martin did it game 1, the 4-goal game against Richmond. We love him.
Yep.
I think Zach Williams can do it very early. You just need one really, really good game, and we're on. We'll
not even a game. You just need a moment. I think it's a moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I think it's
Jack
just
Noons. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like step up, show us what you got in tight situations, in moments that matter, and we'll get on board. But I just think I think he's just going to burst out of the blocks. I'm so excited. I'm so
pumped.
excited.
I'm pumped. Yeah. We'll call him Mr. Shivers. I don't know. He's the walking, talking marketing board.
He is now.
So that's Zach Williams. Let's move on. Before we do that, we've got Cal G35 with an $8 donation, and Cal G has said here, I can't wait for the number 6, aka Hall of Famer, Shivers Regal on the rocks all year. I love it, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
Let's go.
Love it. Every time he kicks a goal, we'll have a shot of Shivers.
We'll have a shot of Shivers.
Oh,
God. I'm down for that.
I mean, hopefully he doesn't kick 40. That's all.
I'd happily get alcohol poisoning to see him kick 40.